Greetings, 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 good people. Thank you for clicking on the video. All right, I have an update of sorts with this whole situation concerning Tim Norman, who is the son of Sweetie Pie's restaurant owner, Robbie Montgomery. Okay, for those of you who are not familiar with any of these people that I mentioned, OWN Network had a television show by the name of Welcome to Sweetie Pies. All right. So Miss Robbie Montgomery, she is the owner and operator of a few Sweetie Pie soul food restaurants. And her son, Tim Norman, was accused of taking the life of his own nephew, who is Miss Robbie's grandson. Okay. So you may be wondering, who the heck is this guy on the screen? Well, this is Travell Hill. He is one of multiple people charged in the murder for hire conspiracy plot to take the life of Andre Montgomery Jr. Again, that is Tim Norman's nephew, Andre Montgomery, and that is Sweetie Pie's grandson. Okay. He is singing like a canary, this guy Travell Hill. So he pled guilty in federal court on Friday. All right. So just to get you up to speed, Andre, who's no longer with us, he was a regular cast member of the OWN reality TV show about the St. Louis soul food empire headed by his grandmother, Robbie Montgomery, right? So his life was tragically taken, a couple of years ago. And this is the guy who admitted to doing it. And this guy on the screen said that he was under the direction of Tim Norman. Again, that is Andre's uncle. His own uncle put together a plot and unfortunately was successful to take his nephew's life. That is absolutely sick, right? So this guy, Travell Hill, he admitted to collecting $5,000 from Tim for the taking of the life of Andre, okay? And he collected this $5,000 just 2 days after Andre passed away. Now, according to jail records, Travell Hill, this guy who you see on the screen, he was also recorded like an idiot discussing the crime to his brother during calls from jail. This is one instance where I'm glad that someone's an idiot, because we can get closer and closer to getting justice for Andre. Okay, so if this guy is admitting that he collected money from Tim set it all up, I mean, I think the feds have enough proof, even before this guy was taken into custody, right? Because I think he was the last to be arrested when all of this, went down, when all of this took place. I think the feds have more than enough evidence, but I think they're just waiting for a confession, and they got one. And yeah, Tim, he's in custody. Terica Ellis, who was a stripper who lived in Tennessee, was a part of this plot as well. She's locked up. Neither one of them have gotten bail. And now here it is, this guy, he's admitting, look, Tim set the whole thing up, which the feds probably already know. All right, so I'm reading this article from Black Enterprise, and it goes on to say, in his plea agreement, Travell Hill also named 2 of 3 people in connection to the murder for hire, use of murder phones, life insurance policies, and money in exchange for him being hired to take Andre's life. Okay, I'm choosing my words wisely. This algorithm is sensitive, so I'm not being insensitive. I'm just watching the words that I say. All right, so just bear with me. Now, the convicted hitman, the article reads, additionally stated that Norman hired him because he, quote, wanted Andre Montgomery deceased. Okay. Terica Ellis, she's an exotic dancer with a history with Andre. So she knew Andre. She was allegedly also hired by Tim to lure Andre to the site where his life was taken. Okay. This is what Travell is saying in his plea agreement. So I'm assuming that he's thinking that, if he sings like Aretha Franklin, he'll get some time reduced, but I highly doubt it. Not in this situation, but I'm glad that he's confessing. Investigators maintain that Terica Ellis received a $10,000 payday for her role. Tim Norman and Terica Ellis both face conspiracy to commit murder charges. And it gets even crazier, the article reads. According to court documents, Tim Norman also took out a $450,000 life insurance policy on his nephew with insurance agent Wael Yagnam. Now, he was arrested also, and he bonded out. I think last year or so. He was arrested and he bonded out. This thing has been going on for a very long time. And some of you listening to this may be familiar with all the ins and outs and everything that is going on. But for those of you who are not really privy to everything, I decided to give you, somewhat of an update and recap, right? So while Tim Norman was never able to collect on the life insurance policy, right, he and the agent were hit with wire and mail fraud for the life insurance policy. Okay. Add on multiple counts for aggravated identity theft for Yagnum. So the only person that got bail, like I said, was this Yagnum guy. He is somebody in the music industry. He's affiliated with a lot of rappers. He has done some producing, if memory serves me correct. But he was, essential in helping Tim Norman illegally obtain these life insurance policies. And he also assisted in trying to help Tim Norman collect on these life insurance policy that he took out. I think there was 2 when I originally reported on the story. And Tim named himself as the sole beneficiary, right? And then he tried to collect on the life insurance policy, which kind of set off red flags. He wasn't able to do so because Tim didn't have, I guess, the appropriate documentation to collect. And I'm assuming that's when the investigation started. But somebody could have snitched, whatever. I just want Tim. There's too much evidence to support that, all roads lead to Tim. So it's like, this is taking kind of long. But then again, I guess this is what they were holding out for. They were holding out for somebody to confess to Tim being the mastermind behind this plot. So a lot of fans, they took to Twitter, they voiced their disbelief. This was everybody on the internet was talking about this. The last that I heard from Miss Robbie Montgomery, who you see on the left being hugged by her son, Tim, she did a interview with Black Enterprise and she's doing well. She's working on new music. She looked great. There were some photos that accompanied the interview with the article. And as far as Tim is concerned, she didn't really touch too heavy on that. There were accusations that she's supporting Tim in jail and she's paying for lawyers. Is that true? She didn't say that, so we don't know. I would assume so. I wouldn't be surprised if she did. That is her son at the end of the day. And as sick and twisted and evil and wicked as this whole situation is, we don't know what her frame of mind is. Maybe she's in disbelief and she doesn't believe that Tim would do such a thing, even though he has a history of being in and out of jail for armed robbery and other things. This is sick. This is absolutely positively sick. And with this Travell Hill, this young man confessing to Tim being the mastermind, I mean, at this point, what else do they need? I have a strong feeling that the feds already have a substantial amount of evidence against Tim, but they're probably just, listen, they're in no rush. He's already in jail. He ain't getting bail, ain't getting bond. As far as his lawyers, to my knowledge, what I can recall, he changed lawyers twice, I think. I don't know who is representing him now. I try my best to keep up with this case, but I just tend to look for, a trial and a sentencing date. But I know that these things can take time. So I don't think the feds are in any rush because they have a substantial amount of evidence, stacked against him. And I think that this is what they were waiting for. They were waiting for a confession. And this Travell Hill kid, he confessed to being the one that actually did it, but he was hired by Tim Norman. Terica Ellis, she didn't admit to anything last time I heard. I know she was sentenced. So yeah, I mean, September is when, the trial is sentencing is scheduled for September for Travell Hill as well as Tim and Terica. The death penalty is off the table. I remember that being, an option, but they took that off the table for Terica and Tim. So, I mean, that's as much of an update as I have regarding this. Like I said, I try to keep up with the information as much as possible. It's a lot of reading, a lot of keeping up, but I'm just waiting until September at this point. Anything that happens between now and then is kind of like, yeah, okay, I'm ready for justice to be served. So this seems like this is a step in the right direction with this young man confessing. Probably the feds already knew this. Also something that I was discussing, with the kitchen table crew, I came across this, and Now, I know that song lyrics, especially in this season, rap lyrics are being used against rappers, right? What the heck does that have to do with Tim Norman? Well, Tim Norman considers or was dabbling in the rap game, right? There was an episode on Welcome to Sweetie Pies where seemed like he was flirting with the idea of becoming a rapper. Problem is, some of these lyrics seem questionable, right? Now, will they use this against him? Who knows? Probably not. They probably don't even need to. Like I said, they have I believe they have a substantial amount of evidence. This is just frivolous. They don't need to use this. Should they? Probably not. But I thought it was interesting to kind of bring to your attention. Someone brought this to my attention months ago, and I decided since there's an update, I circle back and bring this to you guys' attention. So just take a listen to the lyrics. I just think this is kind of weird, right? Take a listen.
You want that negative and I ain't got time. But I know some people who can make time.
Trust me, I'm pausing. It's not worth listening. Cross state lines just to see if you can take 9. Now, we know what take 9 means. I don't know how many times Andre was popped. If it's 9, that this is really, really sick. He's basically talking about, he got some people who can make time and cross state lines. Now, Tim flew from LA all the way over to St. Louis to be there for the job to get done, right? This is really, really weird and sick at the same time.
Cross state lines just to see if you can take 9. Ha. The money is the only destination.
The money is the only destination. Never had it. Now, Tim has gone to jail, I think more than once, but his last stint in jail prior to this one, he was locked up for quite some time for armed robbery, right? There were talks that, Tim was money hungry. Even when he was on the show Welcome to Sweetie Pies, everything was about money, money, money. I want to open up more stores, go behind my mother's back, money, 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 money. So him saying the money is the only destination, never had it. So, that's kind of interesting, you taking out a $450,000 life insurance policy on your nephew to cash in and hiring people to crossing state lines. I'm just saying, I'm just analyzing, not saying that this may not have nothing to do with the situation at hand, but I'm just saying.
Never had it. 2 carrots to bring the rabbits. Make them disappear like it's magic. Yep.
Make them disappear like it's magic. All right, I think that's enough. I don't want to hear anymore. This is sick. If you guys want to watch the rest of this clip, you can just type in. I typed in Tim Norman rap career. So he was flirting with the idea of being a rapper, and just doubling back to that particular episode or that scene from that episode is quite sick. So that is the conclusion of this update. I went a little bit over time. Be sure to drop down in the comments and share your thoughts. Let me know what you think. This is the most recent update that I have. I'm just ready for justice to be served. So September can't come fast enough, in my opinion. All right, that's all I got. Ain't got no more. I'm signing off. See you next time. Peace.